The pub quiz is back with another 6 rounds and 75 questions of trivia and general knowledge. It's 1 point for each correct answer, and can you beat my score today? Hey quizzers, and welcome to the pub quiz, your weekly fix for general knowledge questions and trivia fun facts. A score of over 40 is good, but a score of over 60, that's excellent. Round 1 is your easy quickfire trivia round. Good luck, let's crack on with the quiz. Quiz question number 1. The word emoji originates from which language? It originates from Japanese. Question 2. Little monsters are fans of which pop star? They are fans of Lady Gaga. Question 3. What was the name of the fairy in Peter Pan? Her name is Tinkerbell. Question 4. How many degrees are there in a right angle? There are 90 degrees. Question 5. What do bees collect from flowers? They collect nectar. Question 6. Which fruit is dried to make raisins? That would be grapes. Question 7. What do you call a baby goat? It is called a kid. Question 8. Which famous scientist developed the theory of evolution? The correct answer is Charles Darwin. Question 9. Giraffes are native to which continent? They are native to Africa. And quiz question 10. IKEA originates from which country? It originated in Sweden. I scored 10 out of 10 in that round. Hopefully you matched that. Round 2 this week is on animated films. Quiz question 11. Who voices Po in the Kung Fu Panda series? Would that be Chris Pratt, Jack Black, or John C. Reilly? He is voiced by Jack Black. Jack Black was so unpredictable in the booth that the audio team built a literal JB panic button on their audio console, a limiter preset that stops sudden full volume screens from blowing the speakers. Question 12. Which animated film features a rat who secretly becomes a chef in Paris? That would be Ratatouille. Question 13. Which animated film do the characters Mike Wazowski and James P. Sullivan appear in? Would that be Inside Out, Monsters Inc., or Toy Story? They appear in Monsters Inc. Question 14. Which American comedy actor voices Gru in the Despicable Me films? He is voiced by Steve Carell. Question 15. In the film Coco, what musical instrument does Miguel secretly learn to play? Would that be drums, guitar, or violin? He secretly learns to play guitar. Question 16. Which animated film features a balloon salesman named Carl who lifts his house up using thousands of balloons? That would be the film Up. Pixar actually calculated it would take exactly 20 to 30 million real balloons to lift Carol's house, but they animated over 10,000 on screen because that was the maximum number the computer could handle. Question 17. What is the name of the villainous lord in the Shrek movie? Is that Lord Bartholomew, Lord Farquaad, or Lord Percival? It is Lord Farquaad. Question 18. Owen Wilson voices the character Lightning McQueen in which of these films? Is it in Cars, Planes, or Turbo? The correct answer is the film Cars. Question 19. Which animated film series features a boy named Hiccup and a dragon named Toothless? That is called How to Train Your Dragon. Question 20. Who voices Dory in Finding Nemo and Finding Dory? Would that be Amy Schumer, Ellen DeGeneres, or Whoopi Goldberg? The correct answer is Ellen DeGeneres. Dory was created because of a single moment on the Ellen DeGeneres show. A Pixar writer saw Ellen change topics 5 times in 10 seconds and said, "That's Dory." The character's entire personality was built around that clip. 9 out of 10 for me there. Round 3 this week is on modern culture. Quiz question 21. Based on an Eminem song, what name is now used to describe an obsessive fan of a celebrity? The correct answer is Stan. Question 22. Which streaming service helped popularise binge watching by releasing full seasons of shows like House of Cards and Orange is the New Black all at once? That was Netflix. Netflix's all-at-once release strategy helped turn binge watching from a niche habit into a worldwide way of watching TV. It sparked huge subscriber growth and proved so successful that rival streamers later copied it. Question 23. Which fruity name did Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin give their daughter in 2004? Was she called Apple, Peach, or Plum? They called her Apple. Question 24. Which online gaming platform lets players create and share their own mini-games, from obbies to tycoons? Is that Fortnite, Minecraft, or Roblox? The correct answer is Roblox. Question 25. Which 2020 documentary turned Carol Baskin and her feud with Joe Exotic into a worldwide meme? Was that called Making a Murderer, The Staircase, or Tiger King? It was called Tiger King. Joseph Allen Maldonado, better known as Joe Exotic, is serving a 21-year prison sentence for a murder-for-hire plot and wildlife violations, whilst Carol Baskin has faced her own legal battles but still continues her work in big cat advocacy. Question 26. Which actor played the roles of Ned Stark and Boromir in the 2000s, two characters who both met very untimely deaths? They were played by Sean Bean. Sean Bean has become so famous for his dramatic on-screen deaths that he's been killed off in more than 20 different films and TV shows, so often in fact that he's now known for turning down roles where the character dies yet again. Question 27. Which reality TV star created the hugely successful fashion and shapewear brand Skims? That was created by Kim Kardashian. Question 28. Which cryptocurrency began as an internet meme featuring a Shiba Inu dog before exploding in global popularity? Was that called BitPup, Dogecoin, or Floki? It was called Dogecoin. Question 29. Which children's song became the most viewed YouTube video of all time with its catchy do-do-do, tune? That was Baby Shark. And quiz question 30. Scooter Braun famously entered a major dispute with which music star after acquiring the rights to her master recordings by buying Big Machine Records? That pop star was Taylor Swift. Braun's purchase of Big Machine Records gave him control of Swift's early masters, sparking a massive public and legal battle, ultimately leading to her hugely successful Taylor version re-recordings. Another 9 out of 10 for me. Round 4 this week is your Picture It round. Can you name these sporting greats? Quiz question 31. Can you name this sporting great? That is Michael Johnson. Question 32. That one is Vladimir Klitschko. Klitschko held the heavyweight world boxing title for over a decade, making him one of the longest reigning champions in boxing history. Question 33. That is Johan Cruyff. Question 34. That is the F1 driver Lewis Hamilton. Question 35. That is the gymnast Nadia Comaneci. Question 36. That is Novak Djokovic. Djokovic is the only player in tennis history to win all 4 Grand Slams and all 9 ATP Master 1000 tournaments, completing the career Golden Masters, not just once, but twice. Question 37. That is the cricketer Shane Warne. Question 38. That is the NFL star Tom Brady. Question 39. That is the basketball star Dennis Rodman. And quiz question 40. That one is Tanni Grey-Thompson. Tanni Grey won 11 Paralympic gold medals in wheelchair racing and set over 30 world records, despite being told as a child she'd never be able to live independently, let alone become an elite athlete. 8 out of 10 for me there. Round 5 is lyrics from the noughties. Quiz question 41. Can you match the artist or band to these lyrics? The song is Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol. Question 42. That is Mr. Brightside by The Killers. Question 43. That is So What by Pink. Question 44. That is called She Will Be Loved by Maroon 5. Question 45. That is Halo by Beyonce. Question 46. Is Let's Get Started by the Black Eyed Peas. Question 47. That's called Use Somebody by Kings of Leon. Question 48. Is Hey There Delilah by the Plain White Tees. Question 49. That is Hot and Cold by Katy Perry. And quiz question 50. That is Rockstar by Nickelback. Now, it's that point in the video where I always ask a favour. If you've enjoyed the quiz, pause the video and hit that like button. It's the best way to support my channel and any other small channels that you enjoy. If you're new here, you're obviously showing signs of intelligence, so why not make that official? Grab your phone, scan this QR code on the screen, Hit subscribe and become a Pub Quiz regular VIP. It's the best way to stay up to date whenever the channel launches a new quiz. Right, back to this quiz. 4 out of 10 for me on the music round. Round 6, as always, is your general knowledge round. 25 mixed format questions coming up. Quiz question 51. Who wrote The Count of Monte Cristo? Was that Alexander Dumas, Jules Verne, or Victor Hugo? It was Alexander Dumas. Although Dumas gets full credit, he developed the story with a collaborator, Auguste Maquet, before rushing it out as a newspaper serial. Maquet later sued and won, but the court still ruled the public would only ever recognise Dumas as the author. Question 52. Which film, released in 1992, stars Harvey Keitel as Mr. White? That would be Reservoir Dogs. Question 53. Porcini and chanterelles are what type of food products? They are types of mushroom. Question 54. Douglas Adams is best known as the author of which series of books? Would that be Discworld, His Dark Materials, or The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? He is the author of Hitchhiker's Guide. Question 55. Levitating was a global hit in 2020 for which English singer? It was a hit for Dua Lipa. Question 56. The Artful Dodger is a character created by which author? Was he created by Charles Dickens, Mark Twain, or Thomas Hardy? He was created by Charles Dickens. The Artful Dodger first appeared in Dickens's early short pieces, and the character became so popular that theatres were performing Oliver Twist before Dickens had even finished writing the novel. Question 57. Which well-known German football club play their home games at the Allianz Arena? That would be Bayern Munich. Question 58. What type of animal is a dik-dik? Is it an antelope, a rodent, or a wild dog? It is a small type of antelope. Question 59. Which body part would you be having removed if you underwent an appendectomy? You would be getting your appendix removed. What's question 60? In what year did George Washington first become President of the United States? Was that in 1776, 1789, or 1796? The correct answer was 1789. Washington took office after winning a unanimous electoral vote, something no other US president has ever achieved. He didn't even want the job, accepting it reluctantly and originally planning to step down after just 1 year. Question 61. Which actor starred as Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars The Phantom Menace? That was Ewan McGregor. What's question 62? Which artist painted The Weeping Woman in 1937? It was painted by Pablo Picasso. Question 63. What year did Marty first travel back to in Back to the Future? Was it 1950, 1955 or 1960? He first travelled back to 1955. Question 64. The Frenchman Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi designed which famous US landmark? Was it Mount Rushmore, the Lincoln Memorial or the Statue of Liberty? He designed the Statue of Liberty. France gifted the statue to the United States in 1886, and Bartholdi's design was reinforced by an internal metal framework engineered by Gustave Eiffel, the same man behind the Eiffel Tower. Question 65. Surströmming is a Swedish dish made from what fermented fish? It is made from fermented herring. Question 66. In computing, what number denotes a web page that cannot be found? That is 404. Early web browsers didn't even show 404. They often just displayed a blank page, which confused users so much that developers pushed for proper error codes. 404 ended up being one of the first globally recognised pieces of internet slang. Question 67. In what year was Cyber Monday created as a means of encouraging online shopping? Was that in the year 2000, 2005 or 2010? It was in 2005. Question 68. The musical Cats is based on a 1939 collection of poems by whom? Was that Lewis Carroll, Robert Frost or T.S. Eliot? The correct answer is T.S. Eliot. Question 69. What is the highest number on a standard roulette wheel? That would be the number 36. What's question 70? The country retreat of the US President, Camp David, is located in which US state? Is it in Maryland, Pennsylvania or Virginia? It is located in Maryland. Camp David is a forest mountain retreat first used in 1942 by President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who originally named it Shangri-La. President Eisenhower later renamed it in honour of his grandson David. Question 71. What is the main alcoholic ingredient in an old-fashioned cocktail? That would be whiskey or bourbon. Question 72. In what decade did the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade start? Was it the 1910s, the 1920s, or the 1930s? The correct answer was the 1920s. The parade first took place in 1924, and it originally featured live animals from the Central Park Zoo before the famous giant balloons were introduced. Question 73. Which Monty Python film includes the famous line, "He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy"? Was that in The Life of Brian, The Meaning of Life, or Monty Python and the Holy Grail? It was The Life of Brian. Question 74. In which country do the media products of anime and manga originate? They originate in Japan. And quiz question 75. Which Scottish actor starred as ex-Secret Service agent Mike Bannon in the film Olympus Has Fallen? That was Gerard Butler. And that concludes today's quiz. My final score was 61. I'll leave you with one final bonus question on the screen worth 2 bonus points. Remember to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you're looking to try another challenge, why not try out one of these quizzes here? Bye for now.